Okay, finally. I don't know why it wouldn't let me stream. Would it kill Aaronville to give me the benefit of the doubt, or the benefit of a second chance? Worry not, Kryl and I will ensure our promise doesn't wind up at the bottom of one of those cenotes. I can hardly fathom how difficult travel must have been before the second promise introduced dirigibles. Can you imagine having to walk all this way? Well, that journey was delightful. The wind was fair and the vessel hardly rocked at all. With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. I just realized I have 2 million. Holy shoot. I'm rich. Can I ride my pony? Yes, I can. Yay! Oh, this place is really pretty. I mean, it's all pretty, but this is really, really, really pretty. This is the kind of tropical area I would like to live in. Welcome to Florida. I think I'm going to work on the Aether Currents before I do the story. Now, why would you do that? Why would you leave and then come back and just smack me like that? You're worse than an ex-boyfriend. Don't do that. You get no leeway with me just because you're adorable. I'm still gonna kill the shit out of you. What is it, like a sugar glider? Sugar glider raccoon with very sharp wings? Oh, okay, now I feel bad. It's adorable. I don't want to kill you. I want to pet you. Too late. What's done is done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh man, that's a lot. Okay, so 8 on the ground, and the rest will be quests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Level 100. Racks with Jack. Nope. Ah! I don't want to fight, I was just looking. Respectfully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 more to go. What is that? Oh, a boar. Nope. Ah! I'm just trying to sightsee. No. See, no tumbles, thanks to Kryl and Alizé, but it still counts. Take care not to get separated. I'd hate to lose you to this rampant undergrowth. For all of Aranville's insistence, I have yet to discover anything particularly blue about this forest. Good, everyone's accounted for. As up ahead, let's be on our way. I'm not pronouncing that because I can't. Just so you know, I shall be very cross if you push me. Oh, I wanted to, too. Just yeet down into the water. Are all synods this deep, I wonder? Ha! I've fallen into High Tide Harbor enough times to be a professional diver. There's no way I'd fall into something like this on accident. What's so blue about this forest? You'll see. Aaronville was not exaggerating about the synods. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Wuklamot's attention is divided between the perilously deep Synod and Ixbrax. Ready to head on in? Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. The third promise and her retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. I love their clothes. They're so pretty. Everyone? And who might that be? There is but one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. Uh-oh.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
Douchebag.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival.
Where's Kona?
Third promise. If you would please join us.
Where is Kona? Oh, there's Kona. Okay.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
I know I'm gonna be with Kona.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Haha.
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner.
Oh, he's gonna fail big time. They hate each other.
Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Oh no, it's random. Watch me get Bakul Jaja. I'll cry.
12 forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Ha! Me too. Please be Kona.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Yay,
Together
Kona!
again, as fate would have it.
Bracha.
victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Yay! We're friends again.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, Final Fantasy XIV edition.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
But
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat...
Whoop! No!
Few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
This
The
is making me
peoples we've
hungry.
met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future. The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I like food. I'm gonna nail this. I'm a foodie at heart.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
Oh my god, I didn't realize how big he was compared to all the other people. He's a very tall jerk. Do you suppose the first promise in Bakul Jaja will wear matching aprons? I dearly hope so. The second promise will no doubt have thoughts on how best to proceed. Let us ask for his perspective. The first promise and Bakul Jaja are formidable on the field, but in the kitchen, I think the odds are in our favor. I consider myself a connoisseur of all things tasty in Tirali, but this is the first I've heard of that. For the pairings to be thus decided, the stars align for us indeed. As much as I would have loved to defeat you in all of the high-stakes culinary battles I couldn't have asked for a better ally. The Garden of the Stars is a gathering place of sorts. Everyone in it come here to gaze at the night sky and hear tales about the stars. I imagine it will become even more lively after the changes made for the rite of succession. There's a kitchen now, after all, and nothing brings people together like good food and good stories. How fortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul Jaja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why does he just compete fairly? Or why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Ha! Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6, the 2 claimants, Surreal Ja and Bakul Jaja's lackeys, whereas we are a team of 9. That's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitability delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could have been easily avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe for we can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Jabral people. Let us gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. Cooking talk makes me sleepy and hungry. What are we looking for? We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could a second time be? What are you looking at? Salt liquor? Mind your own business. How dare you? I'm a carrot liquor, sir. That sounds so dirty. Fastidious fellow. The recipe? I wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunmu Rook himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still Ibruk to be had at the market. Ooh, he gave it away. The food ain't ready yet, you hear? Oh, you aren't here for that. Apologies. I get people breathing down my neck constantly, like they don't realize a proper meal takes time. This should be all I need. A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called achiote. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Okay. An unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my najul. I mean, Jatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Ah, there's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. So the whole village is just spoiling my shit. A banana? Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Jibruk Pibil? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish, and observations of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Jibruk Pibil. But one in particular she attributed to all common Jibral dishes. Achiote, she called it. I see. Then if Jibruk Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as oh my god, these words! As ubiquitous as Alphanag claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul, or a banana, in certain localities. It would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? Ebrook, without a doubt. A sizzling slab of beef. It smelled so good I could practically taste it. The squeaking flesh of a bipedal fish. As would be expected of a dish called Jibrook Bibil. So to summarize, this dish is one of Ebrook, flavored with a combination of spices that includes achiote and steamed underground within Najul, or banana leaves. What you said. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forest while you were all exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Ebrook, we should have everything we need in regard to meat and spices. Leave it to the master gleaner. Shut up and kiss already. Within that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in gathering it. I want to be a kitchen wife, but you're going to make me go gather, aren't you? I, too, should be glad to volunteer my aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I am happy to lead someone to a suitable Ebrook if they will perform the requisite deed. Alize? As for the Najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find Najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatika heartland, forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. This speed encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamati, Nosfe, if you would accompany me on the errand. Of course. No better way to whet my appetite. Good, let us be about our task then. Lamati had no specific tasks assigned to her, so I had her accompany me, no more, no less. Come on, let's go and get those Najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Kona has the look of a man intent on finding bananas. Let us see if there are Najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Orionje mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Ooh, look at that. Very pretty. I think I'm going to leave that on for a little while. Do I even have any dye? I'll change it any color I have available, but I don't think I have any. Nope, no dye.
Yep.
Oh, too late, I ruined it. Oh well. Oh, hello again. Did you see something? Did you need something? I can't talk. Najua leaves for purposes other than Jabruk Pabil naturally. Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forest for more. Golmajit Grove is the source of the finest Najua leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. I see. I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there is no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to Jatika Heartland we shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Hey! Coming in clutch, buddy. Gimme, 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 gimme. Traveling there requires that you go through the traverse, but it has caved in, due to the recent storm I expect. What? But that means we can't get our Najul leaves. But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. That's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find Jabruk Pabil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. Ha! I can't wait. Sir, you are useless. You gave me nothing. Still, if there are no leaves here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? With the power of friendship. These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the people and cultures of Toliolo. So perhaps there is something about Jabruk Pabil that we have yet to learn, something of significance other than its recipes or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like who was the first to make it, its history, that sort of thing. Ahem! If it's Yaktel's history you're interested in, you should start with the old war. Between the Jabral and the Mamulja? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know Jabruk Pabil. Huh? What does Steam Jabruk have to do with the bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilianaso. It lies a short distance to the east. The village of Iliana So. Understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go and see this place. I like its tail. It's cute. I was told not to talk about Jibruk Papil. The history of our people and the important developments therein are another matter. Okay. To the banana peels! Onward! Or not. Everyone knows there was a war between the Mulja and Jabral, but I may have forgotten some of the details. The village of Iliana So must be further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. This place feels forgotten by time. So this is the village of Iliana So, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Oh, it's Wookiee-Voo. Wookiee-Voo, I didn't know you were in Yokotal. I was picking up lumber from Ikbrax when I heard the third promise was on her way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service and so followed you here. Stalker. Wookiee-Voo is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume? For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Kona, now that's a good name, a familiar name. Where have I heard? He's the prince, you idiot. Kona, as in the second promise of Tuliula? Ay, Dios mío, to think that I addressed the Dawn servant's own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please, take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shan't dwell on it either. And right on cue, at least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Jibruk Pabil, while I am forbidden by the... Jabrax Rax to divulge any information regarding its preparation. I would be happy to share what I know of Yaktil's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Jabral and Mamuja was one of land. The Mamuja live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Jabral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Jabral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well, blessed siblings. Of course. An ancient douchebag with two heads. You must understand, the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, Bunewa, and Dopro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Jabral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubigo and Bunewa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hubigo and Bunewa both, a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first autarch. Ruler of... is it autarch? Oh, whatever. Ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. Please, no, my mouth hurts from talking in tongue twisters. So many weird words. They're fun to say when you can actually say them right.
This is where most battles were fought between the Jabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence, a constant stream of minor skirmishes punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Puff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, Delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Shabral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
I hope I've been of sufficient servant to the third promise. I never imagined our father was instrumental to Shibruk Pibil's invention. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures, and we're doing the same now. bananas still weigh heavily upon Kona's mind. Wook Evu has given us valuable insights into the origins of Jabruk Pabil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves unless... Tell me, was that historic feat commemorated in some fashion, with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Oh, I bet there's offerings there. With bananas! To the Najul! Ooh, what is that thingy? Star Crier. Ooh, he's cool. Hello, Star Crier. I know he's gonna kill me, but it's worth it. Oh god, he's gonna kill me. Ooh, that split me in half. Oh my god. Run, 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 run. Whee! Oh, he's mad. Ah! No! I done fucked up. Okay, there he goes. Had to try. Curiosity was killing me. It is only speculation, but I dare to hope. What does Kona want with the monument? The offerings, which is really weird and bad, actually. Don't take offerings. That's disrespectful, bro. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Lamachi, Nosfe, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Look here, this soil has been recently overturned. Ooh, someone buried a box. Well, well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are, fresh Najul leaves. Who knew Rook's doing, I'd wager? There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. So we planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wookiee. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the feat of reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanu-Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolo and what they hold dear. Should you again acquire the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now I take my leave. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Ikbrax. You have to wonder whether Wukivu is actually a story and not a shipwright. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Wukivu came along and helped us find them. Wukivu was here? I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That Galul Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Oriange and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our Earbrook, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a sinnoh trying to catch it. Hee. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? I picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry, did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts? I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope. I could use your adventurer's grit when it comes to skinning the Ibrook. Ooh, my mouth is watering already. Without further delay, then. Why does that sound like King of the Hill music? King of the Grill.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Sniffer.
I see.
There's no
Well,
love in
your
this
effort
dish.
looks the part. Unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Huh. Jerk.
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Okay, but he kind of looks like her dad low-key, though. What if he is? Where's Mori when you need him?
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any Shibruk people left? I could really use another helping.
I'm relieved that our dish was well received. We need to start considering how to reclaim that keystone from Bakul Jaja. Depriving the first promise of a keystone is a crucial victory indeed. One final feat remains. After this one, I hardly know what to expect. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having Jibruk Pabil again. Here, Nosfe, cryo made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat for repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Oh, they actually gave it to us. This traditional Yoktel dish is made by marinating the meat of Ibruk in spices before wrapping it in a Jatika banana and steaming it in an earthen oven. Historically, it symbolizes a peace formed between the Jibral and Mamulja peoples. New wares are now available from the Jibral merchant in Ikbrax. The next feat awaits, and Alphanol would have you on the road as soon as possible. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of the Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Tayabek Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jatika heartland, is still impassable. I can fly over it, bro. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use this time as we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surroundings. If Erenville would oblige me with a tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. Then I will come with you, if only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visits to Yoktel. Oh, that's right! Mablu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us, Nosfe? Let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yoktel some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. Of course you would fall. A foreign mage 20 years ago? Yes, I remember him. It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants, a baby girl as I recall. I only saw him in passing mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be Hunmu Rook. He was already Jabrak Roxton. A baby girl? It couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful. This may be the very lead I was hoping for. So Hunmu Rook has been Jabrock's rocks for over 20 years. That's before I was even born. Hello again. Do you require assistance? A foreign mage passed through Ikbrox roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you? He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. A foreign mage did indeed visit Ikbrox, Master Galuf. So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied? More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Yokoi once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly? General curiosity indeed, but yes, before they withdrew to Urkopacha some 5 centuries ago, the Yokoi claimed Yoktel as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forest, the Jawtika heartland. Then that's where they must have had their visions. Thank you, that answers much and more. I understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you, Nosfe. May I request a moment of your company? Why, yes, my good man. Pip pip chitty-o. Go on, we'll wait for you. Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. Do we always have to travel? Can't we just stand here and talk? So in order to get my answers, I need to find the Golden City. Well, that was my intent from the first. I'll do everything in my power to make it happen. Go on and see what Hunmu Rook says. It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kryle's plea has softened my resolve. As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wuklamant. It does me well to hear that. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Jabral, so when she arrived the village was elated. Such joy I felt when first I held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of the cenote. 3 years old, an accident it was said, but I knew better. She had been pushed. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jotika heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mamulja and Jabral had learned to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, the criminals sought to undermine the future of the Jabral. I was determined not to let them succeed, and so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote and gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Dawn's servant Galu— oh, he is her dad! I was right! I knew they looked just alike. Though she was born to lead the Jabral, fate had a greater plan for Wuk-Lamat. Aww! This is so sad! Only the Dawn servant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of a Mook, then rancor towards the Jabral still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. Dun dun dun. And so I ask you, not as the Dawn servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the third promise, defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me? Oh, hell yeah! Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Aww. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliolo, but a concerned father. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. So she's got two dads and thought she was abandoned. That's crazy. I wonder who the mom is. Where is your queen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gossip has spread. It's too late now. She's gonna find out. Hunmu Rook stands quietly, his expression one of old pain, taking a stand. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. I feel better having spoken with you. Thanks. My thanks. Alright, let's go. Well, that's a big shocker. Bolinen. Ooh, she's pretty. Our knowledge of weaving has been passed down through generations, and I'm honored to be tasked with teaching it to today's younglings. I'm going entirely the wrong way. There we go. Finished speaking with Hunmu Rook, have you? Upon speaking with Wuk-Lamat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Let's fucking go. Duty calls commence battle for taking a stand. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 94, item level 663. You're back. So what did Humuruk want? Oh, he's just your dad. Biologically. It's a secret. Ha! It's alright, you don't have to say. More importantly, the Tianbek Traverse still isn't clear yet. Something about even more rocks. Then I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. A nap does sound tempting. A moment, promise. Bakul Jaja. Oh no, it's not. You're one of Bakul Jaja's. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why is that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? He overheard everything. And they say house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
There he is. There's the scumbag. Uh-oh, he's holding them hostage.
Oh, Morok! Bakul Jaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you'll deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on, look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted sellsword. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
It's true, I did.
Is it true? Is Humuruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him. Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Cowards don't stand a chance against Wukalamat. You should back down before you get hurt. Don't worry, the scary adventurer won't try anything funny.
Foreign scum! Who are you to mock me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all! Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember?
He called me Salt, but he's super salty.
I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people!
In this battle, you will play as Wukalamat. Through skillful battle, Wukalamat will gain the resolve she needs to unleash powerful limit breaks. Not only do these attacks deal great damage, they will recover HP. Use them early and often to emerge victorious.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces! I'll cut you to shreds!
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt!
I'm not gonna make it.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here.
Oh shit, I done messed up. How do I get back to the bar? Ah, fuck. Ah, what have I done? I ended up back on No Space Bar. I can't fight him!
Come, you
I'm gonna have to let him kill me.
cat, so I can rip you to pieces! cut you to shreds! My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt!
No more tricks, Bakulchaja. We're settling this here and now.
Okay, this time for sure. This time for sure. Maybe. I just gotta not press the wrong button for sure.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces! I'll cut you to shreds!
This
My
isn't
magic
fair.
should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakulchaja. We're settling this here and now.
I only have one heal?
Still playing the part
Not
of the
fair.
brave warrior.
I do not like this fight at all. This is probably where I'm gonna end for the night, because I can't stay alive. You only get one healing spell! I thought you got several. Unless I'm doing this wrong.
Miss Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
You're mine. Try this. What? Can't keep up. How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! You're mine!
It's time we finished her, brother.
This is the end for you, kitten! Know your place!
Damn it! I can't even run. Oh, he's so gonna kill me. Damn it!
Sorry.
Ah! Frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. Yeah. That was on the very easiest mode, too. I have to pee. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us? Oh, Morok!
Come, you mangy housecut. so I can rip you to pieces. You're mine. I'll cut you to shreds. My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Miss Mittens is no longer amusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
What? Can't keep up. How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! You're mine! It's time we finished her, brother. You're mine! This is the end for you, kitten! your place!
He's gonna kill me! No! Ah! How the fuck do you get past this character? I like Wuk Lamat, but I need more healing. I also really want tacos right now because this game makes me hungry. And I have them in the freezer, but I don't want to cook them in the microwave. I am too tired to go downstairs.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces! I'll cut you to shreds!
See how unfair this is? Like, immediately he knocked all that HP down, and you can't escape his bullshit!
My magic should be more than enough for
I'm not
Miss
even gonna make it on
Needles.
this one. I was doing really good before. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'll make you eat dirt!
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Miss Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much.
Try this.
About my nation, my people, and myself.
What? Can't keep up?
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! It's time we finished her, brother. This is the end for you, kitten. Know your place.
It's not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
Flee, ridden upstart! Why won't you die? Fine! I'll show you the true power of the Blessed!
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last! That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the likes of you!
What? But that was everything I had! I can't stand it anymore! Attack! This is our fight! Stay out of it! You bring shame upon us.
How in the fuck?
You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh-ho! The great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! What changed? She wasn't like this before!
Oh, finally. Ah, my hands hurt. Yay! I did it! I don't ever want to do that again. Like, ever. Ever, ever, ever.
I reclaim what you stole.
Damn right I do.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
I'm so proud. My baby girl's growing up.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
Yay! Daddy is safe. My true name is Conan O'Brien.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you alright? So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me...
But to single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter. It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next Dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Arenville's tour was both educational and exciting. I hope we can persuade him to conduct another in the lower forests. Did something happen while we were away? There's a certain satisfied air about you. For as weathered as our promise looks, she's positively glowing with confidence. What in the world happened? The twins ran me from one end of Ultimu Horizon to the other, asking about everything of remote interest along the way. Seems we were last to return. I'm glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Keeping out of the fight even when it got dirty couldn't have been easy for you. But Bakul Jaja won't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I wanted to prove to myself that I can stand up to such villains even when I stand alone. Which isn't to say I won't ask for your help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. Earlier in the Second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Pibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tudi Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I failed to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said. And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time, they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
So what's the state of the Tianbek Traverse? Still being cleared, I'd assume. Hunmuruk said he would notify us as soon as work was done. Then perhaps now would be a good time to consider how we might reclaim Wooplamat's stolen keystone. The next feat will be our last, after all. Oh, I already got it back. What? When? Not to mention how. This is Bakul Jaja we're talking about. So I taught him a lesson and took my keystone back. You bested Bakul Jaja in single combat? Bravo! Hey, what can I say? I've had good friends to encourage and cheer me on. There you are. Our excavators have contacted me with news of their success. The Tianbek Traverse is now safe for travel. Then we can finally make our way to Mamuk. Come to think of it, isn't Bakul Jaja's home there? We can only hope its residents don't share his winning personality. If it is indeed the city where Kettenram first met the Dawn Servant, surely some civility awaits us. I would not be so certain. It is true that the Dawn Servant received Kettenram and Mamuk, and was instrumental in the establishment of friendly relations between the Jabral and Mamul-Jah. But since that time, most of the Mamul-Jah who supported his peace have left their city in favor of abiding in the capital. The capital? That's where trees live. What remains is the cloister of Mamuk, and while these traditionalists do not take up arms against us, neither do they bear great love for outsiders. Uh-oh. Whatever they're like, the people of Mamuk are also Tulialal. If I'm to be Dawn Servant, it's my job to know them first of all. Well, we'll be on our way then. I'm glad I could learn about where I came from and eat so much Shibruk Pabil. Thank you for everything, Hunmuruk. Till next time, take care. I'd give him a hug or something, like, that's your daddy. Or not, just a stoic nod, that works. First, we make our way across the Jabrit Cinderfield, due southeast. There goes my baby. How you have grown indeed. I wonder if the first and second promises have already arrived in Mamook. After seeing that battlefield, I find it miraculous that the Dawn Servant was able to negotiate a peace. If Bekul Jaja ran in this direction after losing to Whoop Lamat, then he undoubtedly was returning to Mamook. I filled my bag with Zebruk Babil before we left, but I'm down to my last serving already. The traverse will bring us straight into the Jatika heartland. Remember how you insisted this forest is green? It's blue down there. It reminds me of the lake in Final Fantasy X, actually, the Pyrefly Lake. I think this is going to be like my most favorite area so far because it's pretty. This path is quite steep, isn't it? Let us take our time and descend safely. Fuck that fire horse! Whee! I spoke with one of the excavators on my way down. Apparently Bekul Jaja cleared away the one fallen tree remaining by barreling through it. The Whoop Lamat single-handedly defeated someone possessed of such physical might is nothing short of remarkable. Still, we ought to proceed with caution. There's no telling what his wounded pride might compel him to attempt. This kind of reminds me of a haunted house. Erenville said this traverse was dug to facilitate incursions into the forests above. Intentions notwithstanding, you have to admire the dedication. I couldn't pronounce that name even if I wanted to. I'd have to hear somebody say it first. Wow, look how beautiful this is! This reminds me of Pandora in Avatar. Just look at this thing, what a vibrant glow. Alluring, isn't it? In more ways than one, take my paring stones and hold it close to the glowing rock. As you hold the paring stone in the soft glow, it affixes itself to the boulder with surprising force. Paring stones are natural magnets, and that's a meteorite filled with iron, one of many remnants of an ancient meteor shower. The heterogeneous aether they emit causes surrounding flora to glow unique hues, as you can see. So these glowing boulders came plummeting down from the heavens. Vidril be merciful. There you are. Blue, it's all blue. A far cry from the upper forests, indeed. This place is already so fascinating. I'm eager to hear what the people of Mamook can tell us about it. Keep running, we're almost there. Are those fireflies? They look like it. I wonder what the final feat will be. Rather more quiet than I expected. Now to see whether or not Hunmuruk's fears were all well-founded. And here we finally are, now to find the Elector. As this is also my first time visiting Mamuk, I have no experience interacting with the locals, but given Hunmuruk's parting words, I would advise a cautionary approach. See if you can't convince Wuk-Lamat to be cautious as well. Now to see whether or not his words. Finally in Mamuk, Wuk-Lamat is eager to make progress. City of Silence. Well, we all know what comes next. Let's find that Elector. Two streets seem to converge upon the plaza, so I propose we split our numbers between them. Given Hunmuruk's guidance, I also suggest that we err on the side of caution and move throughout the city in pairs. Erenville can come with me and Alizé can go with Gryle. That leaves Nosfe to accompany Wuk-Lamat. If these arrangements are to everyone's satisfaction, then may our respective searches prove fruitful. Are those dice? Ooh, that's so cool. Oops. She clearly has no intention of speaking with you. Don't talk to me. Oh my god, they're mean. Stop staring. Dot dot dot. I thought they wouldn't like me. I didn't know they wouldn't talk to me at all. Sorry, but I can't talk to you. Hold up, are those their beds? They're tiny. No, that's just like a couch, right? Ah, okay. I was gonna say. As you begin to speak, the man abruptly turns and leaves. Your words may as well be ambient noise for all the care the citizen pays you. Please tell me you've had better luck. No one will talk to you either. I was prepared for hard stares and harsh words, but this is something else. That building there looks like a shop, doesn't it? Let's go and take a look. A merchant wouldn't ignore us, surely. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Yep. Hello there. We'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Move along, outsiders. We're just trying to find someone, the Dawn Servant Selector. Could you tell us where they are? Sag. How are we supposed to find the Elector if nobody will even speak with us? Everyone, can you hear me? Come to the massive stone structure on the west side of the city as quickly as you can. I forgot Masked Singer was on and I missed it. Oh no!
Up there!
Bested by a mere shade.
Zorolcha? Papa?
Not as you know him. What you see is an arcane manifestation of the Dawn Servant as he was in his prime.
Bagul Jar Jar.
The channeler is Zerelja, Autarch of Mamuk and Elector for the feet of the Brotherhood.
Yolar's mightiest warrior, yet wisest you are not. You, who spurned your retainer's aid when battling your betters.
To prove oneself superior to blessed siblings by surpassing the shade of Galul Jar Jar himself. That is the final feat. The first promise fought alone and fell short, but that is now the least of his concerns.
You could have let your foolishness end with your failure. But instead, you attempted to harm an anointed elector. Zoralja, as of this moment, you are no longer a claimant. I disqualify you from the right of succession. Be gone from my sight.
Didn't see that coming.
This isn't over yet. I will be the one to reach the Golden City.
When Zorolcha was defeated, he tried to take the keystone by force, but he was thwarted by Father Shade.
My dearest child, welcome home. This feat was made for you. Only blessed siblings could hope to defeat Gulul Jaja. But ere we begin, I would see the fruits of your triumphs. Come, show me your tablets. What is this? Where are your keystones? Explain yourself, boy! No matter. Not all can be expected to go to plan. What keystones you lack, you can easily take.
I tried. But I couldn't. I cannot beat her.
You mean to tell me that you, glory of Mamuk, for whom all here have sacrificed, were defeated by your inferiors? You are as useless as your siblings. A failure. Leave and never return! You have no place here!
Aww. No wonder he's such a douchebag.
Let's go, brother.
Worthless! Pathetic! This was our chance to claim sovereignty, and he ruins it!
That must be his mom. And she's like, meh.
But when these stragglers fail, Gulul Jaja will be forced to extend his rule. And in the next rite of succession, we will present a better claimant. So come, stand before me, and fall.
I won't do your trial.
Oh? You intend to forfeit the right?
Papa wants his successor to intimately understand the country he loves. Every step of my journey, I've learned something about our peoples and their cultures. I would do the same here in Mamuk. The Mamulja deserve nothing less, so your battle can wait.
I'm of the same mind. Father named you an elector for a reason. There must be something that he would have us learn.
Douchebag's gonna douche. That's the lesson.
Do as you will. But until you triumph over the Shade, you shall proceed no further.
Promise, I would speak with you. Meet me on the western outskirts.
I knew it. She's a good girl. Good mama. And again, I like her tail. She's got a cool tail. That was a dramatic escalation. It's hard to believe Zoral's jaw was bested in battle. I have heard about this channeling art before. Passed down through a certain clan, it employs arcane implements to produce a smoke from which the mage can conjure a shade. The first promise's attendant just now. Did his words not strike you as strange? I will be the one to reach the Golden City, as though he intends to venture there with or without Zoral Jah. And this is where our journey ends for the night, guys. I've got work in the morning. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.